These are only a few of the people that have converted to Catholicism in recent times. The question is why? Why are they converting? I believe it's because of the following 4 reasons. Seeking a purpose, seeking tradition, the Virgin Mary, and the truth. The first one, seeking a purpose. In order to understand this, we have to jump into the story of Shia LaBeouf. As we all know, Shia LaBeouf is an extraordinary actor. But as we also know, he started to do bad things and lose himself in the road. But one day he was asked if he could act like Padre Pio in the new film. He accepted, and Shia LaBeouf, as we know, he goes all in. For example, in Fury, he cut himself, like for real, to look like a soldier. And for Padre Pio, it wasn't the exception. He went into a Franciscan monastery in Oakland, and he stayed there with them and lived like one of them because he wanted to make his paper of Padre Pio more convincing. And he started to live like one of them and do things like them and study a lot about the Catholic Church, about Padre Pio. And he did all this not just for the movie, but he also wanted a purpose in his life. And doing this, he found it. Just like the Franciscan brother who worked with them said.
For example, when he first arrived here, he hardly smiled and was just very dead set on wanting to just learn about Padre Pio. But as time progressed, as we got to know each other more and he got to know Christ more, he began to smile a little bit, he began to laugh, became a little bit more human, and he became a little bit more alive.
And this is what Shia LaBeouf has to say.
I've just received a lot of love since coming in here. You know, I don't have a big family until today, it felt like. It's like everything came together. Like, I don't know, I felt, one word, safe. There's like a deepening, like a maturation in my faith is starting up, and confirmation is a big part of that, you know, giving me permission, really. It feels like, you know, I was never able to really take part in Mass fully until today. You know, it's just nice to be a part of the thing.
And now he's even considering to be a deacon. But this is the first reason why I believe that people are converting to Catholicism. It's because they seek a purpose in their life. And just like Shia LaBeouf, they had everything, money, fame, everything. But there wasn't nothing in their life. They needed something more, a purpose. And Shia LaBeouf found that purpose after going into the monastery. He knew that there was something bigger than just materialistic things, than just your own happiness here. No, there's a purpose for us to be here, and that is to get to the afterlife, to love God. Number 2, seeking tradition. In order to understand this, we have to jump into the story of Candace Owens. As we know, Candace Owens is an extraordinary woman. She is a conservative political commentator. She converted this year after a long time coming. I personally knew that she was going to convert simply because her husband is Catholic and he's a devoted Catholic. And something that I have learned throughout my years of me getting close to my religion is that when you get close to God, you're going to bring with you many people. That happened in my life. And don't get me wrong, she didn't only convert it because her husband was Catholic. Obviously, that was a big reason why. But she was also seeking tradition, something she couldn't find with Protestants. This is what she had to say.
But one of my hang-ups with the direction, I would say, of the Protestant faith, and I'm guessing that you probably very much agree with this, it's getting a little modern, it's getting a little trendy. One of the things that I say to him, like when we go to the cathedral, is that there's something about the timelessness of the Catholic Church where you feel like nothing's changed, that it's not adjusting to the times. Like when you walk into a Catholic cathedral and you don't see giant speakers and screens and a Spice Girls concert. And at my church where I attend, it seems to very much be going in that direction.
Candace is a smart woman, and she would never convert if she wasn't 100% sure. I'm sure she did her deep research. And like her, Eva, I'm not going to say the last name because I just can't, a conservative commentator, converted last year, and this is what she said in her Instagram. My father and I were both confirmed and received into the Holy Catholic Church, today at the Ordinariate in London, full of peace and joy at following the truth and finding home. And like them too, there's plenty of people that are converting to Catholicism because they're seeking tradition. They know that in Protestants, like Candace Owens said, it seems more like a concert. With the Catholic Church, there's tradition. Yes, it might not be as appealing to go to a Catholic church, to a mass, because there's nothing crazy going on. Well, obviously crazy not in the worldly sense. There's something crazy going on, which is the priest converting a simple bread to the Eucharist. But once people start understanding that they're never going to find tradition in Protestants, they move to Catholicism, because we will never change. We're never going to have a concert. No, it's always going to be the same. Even if it sometimes feels like it's boring, unpopular, it's always going to be the same. And people are seeking that nowadays. Number 3, the Virgin Mary. Brie Solstad, a young woman who previously produced and acted in adult content, also known now as Miss B Converted. She lived a bad life, really bad. And in an interview, she said the following: I felt like God had turned his back on me, and so I did the same to him. But God, as loving as he is, never turned his back on her. In 2023, she traveled to Italy, where she always noticed the crucifix in the churches she visited. However, in Sorrento, Rome, she said, I noticed the Virgin Mary on street corners all over the place. All of a sudden, I felt like Mary was calling me in the strangest way. Each time I entered a church, I felt compelled to seek her out. I wanted to greet her and ask her to help me with the effects of the tragedy that had previously occurred in my life. And returning to the US, she got baptized. And here is a picture of her getting our Lord in the Eucharist. Another case is Tammy Peterson, the wife of Jordan Peterson. She had a terminal cancer, but after praying the rosary daily, she got cured of that cancer that nobody else had been able to survive. And she was the first case of surviving that cancer, and all because she started praying the rosary. And it was God who made that miracle through Mary. The fourth thing, that is the truth. Cameron Bertuzzi, a popular YouTuber who converted to Catholicism after doing his deep research of the truth. He did a full spreadsheet on things that were in favor of the Catholic Church teachings and another on the Protestant teachings. Here is a video, as you can see.
I had to do what I could to put the bias to the side and really investigate the truth of it. And the first thing that I did was I wanted to have a way of categorizing and putting all of the evidence into like a worksheet or a document that I could like say, okay, yeah, here's this piece of data, here's this piece of data, all of this speaks to the papacy. I didn't want to leave anything out.
And after doing his research, he converted to Catholicism. He was like, you know what? This is the truth. Protestants, it's a lie. And just like Newman said, to be deep in history is to cease to be a Protestant. Once you do your homework on what is truth and what the early Christians teach, you're going to convert to Catholicism. For example, somebody asked in Reddit, why did you become Catholic? And these are few of the answers that people comment. These are the 4 reasons why people are converting to Catholicism. But let us not forget that the way we behave as Catholics has also a factor on people converting or not. You, the person who is watching this video, I want you to understand that you represent the Catholic Church in the eyes of your relatives, your Protestant friends, your atheist brother, sister. You represent the Catholic Church, not the Pope, not the John or not Sam. No, you represent it. So you better make sure that the way you behave, that the way you are with others, it's in a good manner. A lot of people overlook this. They ask themselves, why doesn't my brother convert? How do you expect him to convert when you're treating him like he's nothing? When he sees that you're disrespectful towards other people? Understand this. You represent the Catholic Church. So make a good job by acting how a Christian should act, loving others, being kind, always being there. Let us then, knowing this, treat everyone with love. And finally, taking them by the hand, their hearts are going to rest. Just like St. Augustine said, our hearts are restless until they rest in you, O Lord. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please watch this video of a Protestant and a Catholic having a conversation about Virgin Mary and different topics. It's a really nice video. And thank you so much. God bless you. Ciao.